Hello, I am Bobby Miller. I created Austere Affliction, and I'm going to show you guys today in detail how I made Victor disappear at the end of my video. I had a few requests from people asking how I did it, so this is basically a tutorial on how I did that. First off, here is a screenshot of my Adobe Premiere timeline where the effect takes place. You can see 4 layers that contribute to the final shot. Don't be intimidated by it because it's actually quite easy once I break it down for you. Now in planning, I wanted to be able to make Victor disappear and make it look as if he was in fact dead, but have the rest of the scene stay sharp and completely opaque. So I started off with this source shot ripped from the DVD of Victoria and Victor. Once I imported this clip into my Adobe Premiere timeline, I added a very long dissolve to black over the clip, and this is going to form the foundation of Victor himself disappearing. Now if we render out what we have at this point and look at it, we'll just see the entire clip fading to black, and obviously we need to do much more to it if we just want Victor to disappear and not the rest of the scene. To show you where we're at now, if we look in the timeline, all we have is one layer with the original source clip and then the long dissolve to black. Now we need to create a layer to put below that one. We need something for the top layer to dissolve into, not just black. And so what we're going to do is create an image through Photoshop that is basically the shot without Victor. So I cycled through the frames of the actual movie until I found a shot that had Victor on the outside of the window and Victoria had not yet walked onto the scene. This gave me an easy foundation to Photoshop Victor out of the image. Using Power DVD, I took a high resolution screenshot and opened up that file into Photoshop. Now this is a point that may become a disadvantage for users who don't have Photoshop or 2D graphics abilities, because this part does become difficult. Using clone brushes and airbrushing techniques, I removed Victor from behind the window. So now I have just an image of the scene with no characters in it. I'm going to put this image on the bottom layer and have the source movie clip dissolve into it. This will only work with a static camera. If your camera is moving, this technique will not work. Let's render it out and see what we have. Excellent, so our fade out works, but now here's the problem, we're losing both characters. Now what we need to figure out is how do we keep Victoria in the scene and just lose Victor. Just to explain exactly what's happening at this point, we have the static image on the bottom layer and a source clip above it. As the source clip dissolves into nothing, all we see in the end is just that image, but it gives the appearance that the characters themselves are dissolving and disappearing into nothing. This happens because the camera doesn't move. If the camera was moving, then we'd have bigger problems to deal with. In order to keep Victoria in the shot, what we need to do is create another layer on top of the source clip that doesn't dissolve. By doing this, whatever's on top will stay completely opaque the entire time. What I've done here is copy the source clip to the top layer and then crop it over so that Victoria is basically the only thing you see throughout the entire shot. Now, if this is on the top layer, then only the left side of the image is going to stay opaque, as the right side you're seeing through to the middle layer, and then that's what's going to disappear. Now, because the camera is static, the viewer has no idea that the background behind Victoria is not disappearing as well. That's why we need a static camera. It gives us the illusion that only the shape of Victor is disappearing, where in reality the entire right half side of the image is disappearing at the same time. And now I want to dissolve all the layers to black. The easiest way to do this is to create a 4th layer on top and make it nothing but black video. Then if you make a crossfade into the black video, it looks like everything else dissolves out. You can see this black video layer at the top right of the screen. Now then, let's render this out and see what we have. And there you have it. That's my movie magic for Austere Affliction. It's really not that difficult once you understand it. It's actually quite a simple process. Hope to see you guys trying this kind of stuff out, and I look forward to seeing your videos improve. I'm Bobby Miller. Thanks for watching.